Hello, my fellow soldiers delivering liberty. This is Mloentje, and welcome back to Helldivers 2.
Helldivers continue efforts to eradicate the automaton threat in Operation Swift Disassembly. The Minister of Defense has indicated that the operation's goal is the total destruction of all automatons, saying, peace is not an option. The automatons are programmed for two things: violence and hating freedom. Coming up next, are toilet stalls dissident hideouts? More on that when we return.
Yeah, you heard him, guys. The total annihilation of automatons. And if you look at the map, we are close to that. But before that, we've got some dispatch news, and we are gonna go through that first. So, Operation Swift Assembly Phase 1 completed, as you just saw on the news bulletin. The automaton comms arrays on Troost has been decommissioned. Strangely, it appears to have been broadcasting outside of the galactic frontier. So outside of our galactic war map that we actually have. Analysts are working to determine more. However, we did discover a transmission containing blueprints for a new automaton type, an aerial gunship. Guys, we've seen flying bugs, the shriekers on the bug side. Now we are gonna be fighting aerial automatons as well, an aerial gunship. And is it gonna be a gunship like the one that we're standing in right now? Is it then gonna be like a sort of a boss monster or a boss fight that we're gonna need to do, like with one big enemy in the middle of the map that we actually need to fight? Like, how is this gonna work? What is this? Is it smaller ships? Is it like, how is this gonna work? But with this advanced warning, our hardworking factory laborers have been instructed to accelerate production of our most effective anti-air weaponry. And yeah, there were some leaks, guys, that there were basically icons they found for air-to-air missiles. So it is going to be a stratagem that you can call on, that you're going to deploy, and it basically fires missiles into the air. Homing, I most likely presume it's going to be homing on flying creatures, or in this case, on the automaton aerial gunships. And that was a short one. So with Operation Swift Assembly Phase 1 completed, we do have a new major order, of course. Operation Swift Assembly Phase 2. Reduce the non-sentient combatant production. Intel analysis have identified the planet Tibet as the most significant producer of illegal automaton combatants. Liberating this planet would significantly impact the enemy's capability to replenish decommissioned socialists. It would also limit further theft of the planet's natural resources from future generations of inarguably sentient humans. So yeah, there we go, guys. We have a new major order. And if we go look at the map, it is looking rather strange. The automatons both have lost the Yimmer sector and the Trigon sector. And we are now here in the Severin sector, the last sector they are holding. And they are talking on the news, they're talking in this major order, they're talking about the complete annihilation. So are we gonna completely erase all the red on the map? But then again, we heard messages that they're communicating with outside of the barrier, outside of our galactic war map. So this is definitely interesting to see where this is actually going. And this also means that if we completely liberate the Severin sector, then we liberate Malevolence Creek, one of the, well, I would say the community's most favorite map to fight, or planet to fight the automatons on. But we've got Obenia here, which is right now our main concern, because Obenia does have a link towards Tibet. There is no other links that we have, so we do need to liberate Obenia before we can get to Tibet. And now my train of thought is, the major order is gonna consist of a phase 3. And if it's a phase 3, does that mean that we're gonna need to liberate Durgan and Maya to actually get rid of all of it? And if the automatons actually vanish from the map, does that mean that there is gonna be room for the third faction to drop in? Because we know a third faction is gonna show up. Like, they're already, like, there's little hints in the game, and we already know from the first game that there was a third faction there. And in the previous episode, or 2 episodes ago, we also talked that there is a lot of room. If we look at automatons, the name is spread across 2 sectors. Same with the Terminids. It's spread across 2 sectors. So if we count in 2 sectors as one faction, that means we have room for 1 faction over here, 1 over here, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So we have room for 4 more factions to be able to get into the game, guys. So this is definitely interesting. There is a lot of room for extra content, but at the same time, guys, I'm kind of concerned as well. We are getting a lot of stuff in a really short time, and it's not something that I'm used to from games. Like, usually you see like updates and new content like 2 months, 3 months after the release of a game. But we're seeing content drop weekly. We've recently got the exosuit to play with. Now, 2 days ago, we've got like, 2 days or yesterday, we got 2 new heavy guns coming. There are some leaks that there is gonna be a vehicle apparently. We're getting aerial to aerial stratagems. There's gonna be aerial combatants on the automaton side. We had bugs that can fly now. Like, you see where I'm going with this, right? We got a lot of content on a really short time period. And I'm just wondering and hoping, well, I'm hoping that they can, but I'm wondering, are they gonna be able to keep up this momentum? Like, a year from now, 2 years from now, I presume the developers want to keep their game alive, and I presume the player base wants to be able to keep playing this game for the foreseeable future. But are they gonna be able to keep up the content drops? Like, is there gonna be a time when they're like, yeah, we're kind of working now for the next 3 months on something, so...
Turn our galaxy into little more than steel and code. Unless we stop them first. Unless we send in the Helldivers.
Okay. So yeah, my train of thoughts on this new major order, guys, and well, basically maybe some of the future that we're gonna be able to see here in Helldivers 2. So we are 1 day later on phase 2 of the operation, guys, and we got the new major order yesterday, which we kind of took a look into and actually gave my thoughts. And today it's not looking good. Guys, the Xiver, or the Xar sector actually showed up, which was not something that I was expecting. And we have a defense planet. And from how I understand it, if we do not get Ubania in time till this defense mission is over, then I think Tibet will stay locked for us. So we kind of need to liberate Ubania right now, in the 6 hours that we have left on this defense planet, or else we cannot do Tibet anymore. And that means that if we can't do Tibet, we cannot finish the major order. And I don't get why, but if we go to Malevolence, 11,000 players, guys. If we go to the defense, 27,000 players, so playing here. And then even stranger, if we go to the bug side, 4 Prime. 51,000 players are playing for a Prime. 11 playing on Hellmire. Ashanu, 24,000 playing on Ashanu. Like, it's Saturday. We should have 250,000 players playing on this map. Where are the 200,000 players that we need to get this major order done? And don't get me wrong, I understand it from some perspective. Fighting bugs is more fun and satisfying than fighting the bots, simply because the bugs don't have range damage. They don't throw rockets in your face. They don't shoot you from miles away. Like, the bugs in some aspect is easier. But if we do not get together to complete this major order, it is gonna fail, guys. So yeah, everybody, I know it's not fun, but come together. We need to finish this major order. Anyway, that's my wrap up for, well, phase 2, and I kind of don't want to fail it. I want to see if there is a phase 3. I want to see if we can get rid of the entire automaton presence in our galaxy, in our war map, guys. I want to see if that is actually a possibility. But for now, I'm gonna wrap it up here. If you want to see more of the situational awareness while I go over the major orders that happen, or any other gameplay of Helldivers 2, or any other game that I might be playing on my channel, just hit that subscribe button. It would always help out a lot. I do hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.